Newbee versus VG Gaming Reborn. We just witnessed VG Gaming Reborn get shoved into a locker. I'm talking.
Oh, yeah.
Secret took their head and dunked them in the toilet, gave them a vicious swirly, and said, "Thank you, you're welcome." Walked away.
Yeah, and then they did the exact same thing again. It was actually very sad to witness. And Vici Gaming, they were kind of stubborn there, not reacting to what was being done to them. Not reacting draft-wise, and then struggling so much gameplay-wise. They didn't actually rotate on a Huskar. I saw a lot of issues, and here they are going up against a team that you and many others favor as one of the heavy contenders for this TI, Newbee.
Yeah, I gave a once-over because we had to actually hand in our predictions for who we thought would be the 1 through 16, and I put Newbee at the top. I really haven't been watching a whole lot of Newbee, but I just got this feeling that they're going to surprise a lot of people, so I put them all the way up here, and I'm actually pretty excited now to be able to sit here and watch them firsthand. We know the holy trinity that they have between Mu, Hao, and Chuan. You bring in Kaka, who's this master captain to be able to lead them, and then you got KP, who is a ridiculously talented core player.
Yeah, he's just an amazing offlaner, also very versatile, can play many different roles there, but the fact that he synergizes so well with the team, because Newbee play pretty tight Dota. They move together a lot, they make really crisp executions that require that you're very quick in what you do. So I think they have a team play that is very hard to touch. And I became a massive fan after Manila Major, watching them qualify and play. They are just fantastic.
You have 3 TI champions. You have a awesome captain and one of the best up-and-comers. I mean, that's a formula for destruction right now.
And then you have the only Australian player right now.
Yeah, so Parker out there is just like, yeah.
Oh, Toby is also a very big fan of Newbee because of this.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you're right.
Australia's there. I'm like, yeah.
We represent. Well, here we go. Let's see what they're going to do. I don't suspect these Eastern teams to be too privy to hop on the Huskar bandwagon yet, so we might not see what many call cheese too much from them. I'm expecting a bit more discipline, something more methodical. Opening up, very casual, very in the meta. This is what I would expect to see across any of the drafts of any teams here. While I got Oracle Faceless Void for Newbee and a Batrider Ogre for Vici Gaming Reborn.
Yeah, while it may not really be along the Huskar so far, you also leave yourself with that option if you're Newbee. You do have the Oracle, so you could very easily just say, hey, you didn't pick anything against it. Okay, now you're going to taste it. So VG.R, this is the 3rd game in a row for them where they actually need to think about it. And I think it's ban-worthy for them, in fact. Even if you're up against Newbee, you might not do it.
What if they go for it? I mean, it's like, we just got our ass beat by Huskar twice. What if we do it? You know, it's like, it would be them probably because they don't have any sort of backing support for it yet, though a Dazzle still, is in the pool after all. Newbee, as mentioned, also could be considering, pulling it out in their back pocket.
Then we, of course, have the fact that VG Gaming have played a lot against Newbee and the other Chinese teams. They're very well prepared against them, so batting out Hao's Weaver here, he's quite notorious for the amount of rotations and kills he gets on his carry Weaver. And I think it's good to target down Hao here in the second phase. This is definitely going to be KP on this Void offlane.
How do you like Hao as a core player? I've heard from many people that he can be over rambunctious at times.
I think he's sick. I actually think he's so good.
Yeah.
Some players disagree, and some players have different preferences. I think it comes down to what team you play in, and his aggression works really well with Newbee. I think they have the players that make use of an aggressive carry player. And Hao also showed that a lot at TI5, that his early game aggression, it was him and aggressive that really stood out to me at TI.
Yeah, sometimes we see a lot of really talented core players, but some of them can only go so far depending on how far their team is willing to be there for them. And I agree that Newbee can be one of those teams to really just raise up Hao to the farthest he's ever been. So let's see if he's going to have a hot start in the group stage run here. Second phase to follow up. We get a ban on not just the Shadow Demon, but even the Morphling that might typically be paired with it. This seems to have been the comfort zone for Vici Gaming. We saw him try to pull it out against Secret, and Newbee not even letting Vici Gaming get any sort of comfort.
No, and it's a very strong hero against Oracle, I feel. When you have Morphling who could dive in, just shotgun him, forcing him to ulti himself. Of course, if he's quick enough, he can W, but you very seldom are quick enough when a Morphling jumps you. So I think he's a good hero to get rid of. That way Oracle can do his job a little bit more. And of course, he's going to be very important to shut down his Batrider. Oracle is great at canceling the Batrider lasso. So we'll see We'll see what they go for here as the second ban in the second phase by Vici Gaming.
I hear like a lot of teams, you know, they always try to find ways that they could deal with these kind of heroes. Huskar, and maybe even something like Oracle. So Waga, this is the part of a game and draft where I throw out a crazy idea and you tell me if I'm batshit crazy or if you think it works. Vici Gaming Reborn considering something like a silencer. If the Bat Rider leads in with a lasso on the offensive, you could quickly follow it with a global to prevent Oracle from bailing out anybody or Faceless Void Chrono. And we already know silencer can be good against the Faceless Void. If he sets things up with a Chrono, a global silence could shut down everything to follow.
Silencer is not an impossible hero to run. We have seen Wings Gaming, for example, picking it, but they're also the craziest people out there.
That's true.
But I think Silencer struggles with one thing.
Okay.
When the Manta Style Diffusal comes out, you know, you just become really irrelevant in the team fights. You do nothing.
That's true.
You may be able to right-click, but if a Void or anyone else like Juggernaut with decent items, Manta and Diffusal runs at you, you're just on the run, no matter what items you have on a Silencer.
That makes a lot of sense.
I would be a little bit scared if Vici do it, especially as their rotations today haven't been that crisp. They didn't do that much in the previous years that we just watched in terms of anticipating what needed to be done in the game. So I would rather not see this craziness come out.
Yeah, it does make it feel like that someone like Silencer had such a thin window to work with to peak before all those big items come in, but you have to wait till he even gets his level 6.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, my favorite hero on all of Dota, of course, comes to me now. Keeper of the Light. Now, he has obviously been much more popular as games go on and fly by. I'll let you answer. You know, what is it that makes Keeper so good now? What are people finding an attraction to him?
I think the cooldown reduction obviously is a part of it, but I think the big part is in fact the Illuminate. Illuminate being so good on low levels that you can get the mana leak. Mana leak is destroying people. You run out of mana, you're just realizing that, oh, Caudle with the cooldown reduction can mana leak multiple people in the same fight, and you just run around. What does a Void do with no mana?
Yeah,
he can't chase anyone, he can't get away.
If Faceless Void had a face, a Palm would be there right now. Having up to go against mana leak in the laning phase, that's a headache in itself. Timber
really
Saws, Faceless Voids, these are all in the meta, and that's where Caudle, and let me tell you, there's only it felt like few and far opportunities where Caudle seems to kind of fit in, and this is one of those few chances because otherwise it was all about this old man just getting beat down relentlessly.
Yeah, Mirana and Faceless Void are two really good targets for mana leak. But here we go, Newbee getting the pretty interesting combo, deciding to get the Elder Titan.
Ooh.
The fact that they get Elder Titan after picking a first phase Void is surprising to me, but that's because they targeted down on How, remember, with the Weaver and Lifestealer? But this is very powerful. You have the arrow into the Chronosphere, you also have the crack now from the Elder Titan ulti. This is gonna hurt a lot. And even a hero like Juggernaut can instant die if you get that combo on it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess, just kind of flew behind the back of Vici Gaming here, putting so much target onto How, allowed Newbee to snag up one of the better pairings we've been seeing from a lot of the teams. So
definitely. And I want to mention one more little mechanical combo they have on Newbee. It's a pretty small one, but it does make a difference. It's the heal from Oracle. You can always just time walk the damage, so you don't even have to use the W as Oracle, saving you some mana or casting time even.
Oh yeah.
And making it easy to heal up the Void.
Now, Juggernaut is not that typical core to be paired with a Keeper as those heroes that needs the express taxi service to get around the map. So I feel like there's some other shadowing hero is yet to come for Vici Gaming Reborn to pair with it. We see many teams go with the classic, Storm, PL. I'm curious to see if it's probably going to be something, closer to like a Storm, a mid lane grab. But Alchemist here, interesting.
Very quickly go for it as well. They do have some decent Ags upgrades later, but almost every single Alchemist game is decided very quickly in the laning stage how relevant the Aghanims is going to be. Interesting still, though. I honestly like it here. I think Alchemist could be a good solution. Builds a lot of armor, so his natural armor being reduced by Elder Titan doesn't really matter so much. And he could fight quite well with the mana leak from Caudle. He can actually keep catching people.
You pop off the ulti, you happen to pop off the ulti right as a Chrono comes in, that could help you survive quite a bit. But here comes the Timber Saw pickup now from Newbee.
The straight response, Timber mid.
But it is a Timber into a Keeper. Probably not going to be in that laning phase against him, but still something that Timber has to kind of consider, so he might need to get like a Yule's or Lotus Orb along the way.
I think FY will make some rotations towards mid lane, as it's a Timber versus Alch kind of scenario. You need to help out the Alchemist, because at the Shanghai Major, for example, or Manila Major, we saw a lot of Timbersaws get solo kills on Alchemist on mid lane. The duration of Whirling Death makes it so hard to lane against.
Yeah. That definitely will.
For any strength hero.
Makes me very curious to see, like what you mentioned, what VG are going to do to kind of situate their laning stage a bit, to see how they can make the most out of it. Because in any traditional Alchemist game, laning stage matters, and you got to be able to get him to the top of that net worth chart.
Oh, yeah.
And so far past and beyond that they're just, without certain doubt, no chance that your opponent's going to be able to catch up and match the tempo of your Alk. So let's get underway. It's game number 1, Vici Gaming Reborn versus Newbee in our final heat of day 1 group stage action for TI6. Predictions: player with the highest total physical damage done to heroes at game end. Alk is one that does pop out a bit to me.
Omni Slash is also physical damage, so
That's
Juggernaut
true.
is also high, and I think that Void could be a good pick too. I'm gonna go with the Void, actually.
You're gonna go with the Void? I'll casually throw in an Alk.
Yeah.
See how that goes. Total number of smoke gate kills. We got this one last time by 25 minutes in.
It was 0-2.
I'm going with that
was
again.
the result last game, but this one, I'll go for a 3 for 5 again. I believe.
Player with the most last hits at 7 minutes. That's really early. That's still like laning stage, back in the laning stage. So mid laners / cores.
How will get it?
How will get it? You think so? The Void? All right, I'll back that up. Team with the most runes picked up by 10 minutes in.
Vici should prioritize runes a lot.
I would hope so.
Yeah. And they also have good heroes to move around with. But that said, of course, roaming Mirana can pick a lot of runes. We'll see how it goes. I put down the Vici though.
We'll have to see here. It looks like a lot of priority towards the upper half of the map for Newbee right now. Trying to see if
Alk will be getting the Alchemist Grievel's Greed rune then.
Gets it early. All right. You never know. Sometimes players, they get a little ahead of themselves, maybe the stress levels or something, but no, we'll successfully get off the greed. You'd be surprised how many times I've seen an Alchemist misfire, leveling up the skill and then ending up having to kind of take it on the chin at the beginning.
Or the other way around, just hoping that you get the rune for free. Doesn't work. And we'll see as they move towards the mid lane. It's going to be DDC at first, who sits mid and helps out the Alchemist a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, FY is still kind of hanging around a bit, but as mentioned, I'm curious to know if he's going to go early mana leak or anything, or try to be a pain in the ass for the Timbersaw.
Of course.
It's going to be... and right now it's Mirana versus Coddle. I don't know if Coddle likes that too much. Doesn't need to be a big careful.
Doesn't really trade that well. Even though he has more damage and the same armor, it's still not a very good trade for him.
All right, well, in the top lane, we also have a little bit of heat here in your Newbee try setup to take on the dual lane of VG Gaming Reborn, as DDC has made a full rotation up here on his Ogre to try to be the bouncer of the lane.
Great way to use the Ogre Magi. You want to put him where he can have the biggest impact, so maybe having him stay mid wouldn't really be that good, but now he can secure that Batrider doesn't feel scared at all. He can farm freely, and helps Mikasa out a little bit during the laning stage, which is really only when he normally struggles.
Yeah, Mikasa didn't really make the biggest impact in the last series we got to watch him play, as we already mentioned there. Okay, there is going to be
just some damage.
10, but yeah, just some softening damage. Yeah, we know Mikasa to be a big mid lane player, so we've been kind of questioning what kind of performance he's going to bring to the table in a core off lane position, which he might be a little unfamiliar with. But we'll have to see. First series not so much, but second series we'll see if he can turn things around. DDC is going to get hit up with the early fortune gen. He turns around, gets off the stun, which helps him avoid the stomp, and
very
takes
good.
It away.
Not panicking at all there, realizing he just needs to cancel that stomp and he'll be just fine. Alchemist and the Timbersaw going for the same rune here. Can he get it?
Is it going to be the bounty rune? What's it going to be?
It
Boom.
was, but Timbersaw.
Oh, blocks him.
That is so massive, in fact. That would be a big chunk of his net worth increasing. Oh, good deny. And he's in fact ahead in net worth over the Alchemist right now, so Timbersaw having a good time mid.
Fantastic start for them. Back at bottom lane, FY did level up the early mana leak to pair it along with the Chakra here. He's been kind of hand in hand with ZYF. They haven't really been opposed too much. KP has been occasionally stopping by and trying to be elusive on the Mirana, but not really too much trouble here. So they'll get the kind of free lane to farm with, but what would you say? I mean, it doesn't feel too one-sided or the other. Mid lane, Alchemist is kind of being brought down a bit, but VG.R is getting good work down the bottom lane. Because of the Ogre's impact early on, I guess Mikasa's faring okay. So it's really hard to gauge as far as who's kind of having an early initiative.
Yeah, I really think it's a little bit early to say who's coming out ahead. I believe it's pretty even, but Timbersaw versus Alchemist mid is soon going to become a pretty volatile matchup where Timbersaw could kill Alchemist at any time, I think. When he gets this, he's going to have his boots and bottle being sent out. That's going to be really big. So just looking towards that.
Yeah, some pull creep action here. Obviously, VG Gaming Reborn saying, please don't take these creeps away. We're trying to take the creeps to the lane so that we can bring this ridiculous creep equilibrium back our side. While How is getting kind of free last hits under the tower, Mikasa's finally had enough, flies all the way up and on over here, and he's thinking about taking flight. Looks to go in, but Kaka quickly purges it off with the Q. Nice heads up play
Firefly.
there. But man, you're right, the burn! The burn is so good and so hot, and it's going to take Twan out. But Mikasa could be a little bit threatened himself. It looks like he still has plenty of flight to go up and over and all the way to Grandma's house.
I think people underestimate how good time dilation is on Voids. I see a lot of Voids in situations where they need to fight. You should prioritize getting 1 point in time dilation. Like this lane, you're against a Batrider. It's arguably the best hero to have time dilation against in the game, after maybe Bristleback.
Yeah. I mean, if not that, hope at least a wand or something. I mean,
well, he could just have saved the Elder Titan. Just adding that extra cooldown would make a massive difference. Oh, Batrider manages to deny himself to the Ancients, just going back to base.
Yep. Gets the quick express trip back home, and will get himself back to the lane. FY, man, he goes even a second point on this mana leak too, just to even get the little bit of extra range. That's really
the range,
yeah. I mean, you don't get much more in the mana actual leak part. I mean, it's 5% stagnant across all levels.
Yeah,
150
extra range makes the difference, because now you have longer range on it than the enemy's attack range, right? No one can attack at a longer range than that.
0-2-2. You do not see that very often, though. Not even the one value point in Illuminate. He just knows he's not blasting anything because there's no threat in the lane at all.
He could go back for it if he wants to on level 5. He can go back for it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just that he realizes Mirana is a little bit hard to catch out sometimes. Batrider trying to contest here, but really didn't get many of the CS. He got a lot of experience, of course. But most of the CS going the way of Tron and Kaka.
Yeah, I mean, How is still, at the end of the day, in his tri-lane, so the XP share is going to be pretty greedy, but they might get Mikasa, and as you mentioned, with the time dilation, he's in a bit of trouble, will be bursted down. Kaka's Oracle will be able to pick up the last hit on that, and now with FY rotating in, they'll avoid the stomp damage a bit and just kind of harass back How as much as possible.
Harassing How, and How is like, yeah, I really don't care about it. And he gets a salve and a ring of health is up now as well, so...
I used to be much stronger.
Needs those face boots. Yeah. He's gonna get a lot of experience here if he sticks around, but maybe just that's the Batrider to have it.
I mean, that is good experience for Okada, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he's gonna stack up.
So he'll be able to get a casual stack along the way. DDC also gets a stack in the Ancient camp going for them. And as we look at the CS charts right now, way up at the top, no surprise, the mostly uncontested ZY up in the bottom lane is leading that pack right now. Moo mid lane in a bit of trouble, gets stunned up from DDC. FY's also there, and with the mana leak, Moo has really nowhere to run, so finally he waits it out and begins to try to limp himself away here. They turn around and they quickly burst down DDC, and they're going to be able to offer the heal. Kaka putting in the work early on his Oracle.
Yeah, definitely, and good timing on the mana boots as well.
Almost got FY. They still get him the range of that Purifying Flames. Are you kidding me?
And the DD rune on Mirana. If it wasn't for that, he would actually still have lived. So great rotation there. Get a lot of value out of it. 2 kills and save your mid laner. Beautiful play. And that means Kaka been part of every single kill so far.
It might not stop there. He just now gets his level 5. That's 3 levels into Purifying Flames, and he's going to take his business right here to the top lane.
Yeah, and he gets D-ward, a fresh ward as well, immediately dying to him.
DDC, please don't do that. But he gets the ward up and above. Mikasa well deep and far behind this tier 1 tower. Thirsty for a kill on How, who just entices him on deeper. Just to get slammed in the face.
He's snowballing now. I mean, he's farming like a monster, farming heroes, Kaka.
I mean, it's so easy to snipe kills when he got that Purifying Flame. So he's just like securing them all.
And he's quite a good hero to have a lot of gold on, in fact. He's going to get his mana boots now, which means he never needs to back. And if he gets Guardian Greaves, for example, it's a massive impact.
But what do you think? Is it worth it for Vici Gaming? So much space, maybe, for Alchemist mid, and you can't forget this Jug is farming very nicely in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he is the top in CS right now. The Juggernaut is getting so much pressure down to the tower. I think they're a little bit unhappy having Hao only at 32 CS. I wouldn't say it's worth it, but you need to get something going in terms of kills.
Yeah.
That's how Mirana gets into the game as well.
Yeah, because who's going to be bringing the real damage here from Newbee if there's just what feels like always a hot mess happening in the top lane? And if Hao's like, guys, I just want to get some CS here, just help me get some CS. But with the bats flying up and above, and there's an ogre kind of always in your face.
Prepared for the Alchemist as well are so beautiful. And Batrider gonna take one of them, of course, the big stack on by the Ancients. He's gonna be farming that right up. And the Ancient's already being prepared as well for the Acid Spray.
They're prepared for the ritual.
Yes, the ritual, sir.
The gold ritual, the greed coming through. DC also is just happy with all of the XP coming his way on his ogre.
I think VG.R are very different now from when they played against Secret. They seemed very nervous. Maybe the way they played was pretty stale, but now much more fluent, good rotations. Sure, they haven't had the easiest time, and they got a little bit unlucky with the Mana Boots cooldown in mid lane there before. But
yeah, it does feel like there's less pressure. They don't have to play against the clock as much.
They don't look scared, you know, the way they play. Even if they died 4 times, that's still fine. You're getting so far ahead in net worth. If you look at the chart right now, in fact, it's just a very quick, rampant growth in net worth.
Well, we get back. DDC finally gets some items under his belt for his ogre. A ward and at least a lace to give him a little bit of traction, a little bit of move speed. All up and above. Chuan just trying to get himself to level 6 on his sport. Gets the solo lane here, so that does say that Newbee might be up to something. With Hao missing from that top lane, he's got to be somewhere trying to set something up. And it's in the mid lane, and walks right into this chrono. But he gets that Blade Fury off. He's like Billy the Kid with the reaction speed, but they're still able to burst him down. My God, a beautiful arrow connection comes up from KP and locks him in place. Meanwhile, they're able to burst down the old man, as FY will get dropped on his coddle from the help again from Kaka and that ridiculous purifying flames. Meanwhile, up and over, they look for Mikasa, who has to take to the skies to make it up and away. Finally steps back in, gets off the lasso, pulling back Hao, but he bails him out with a false promise, and they'll burst down Mikasa with a nice little star storm.
You can't do that as a Batrider going in against Oracle. Have to respect it. And even if it did, the Time Walk was level 4 anyway, so he could just have jumped away. Actually, it was level 3. Then maybe he could have killed it.
That looked like that was going to be a bit of a disengage potentially for VG.R, but that arrow came through and Jug was going nowhere.
Probably was just happy he got the Blade Fury off before Chronosphere, and then he didn't really realize that the arrow was flying in. Oh, one down. Rue is dead as well. Kills all over the board.
No here. Caught between 3. He's a beast right now, and he begins toggling on up, trying to survive. Can he Dr. Lee himself out of this one? We'll see. There it is. More life coming in, more regen.
Yep. This is the Dr. Lee spot as well.
Through trees, makes it back and away here, and he's gone.
Yeah.
No problem. He just avoided a 3-on-1 right there. Out gaming.
That was actually, he got one clutch armlet toggle in there when he was surrounded by them. That was really good. Then he just runs away. Oh, Coddle didn't get the 5 stack, but there's still 4 on the Ancients, so
it's pretty still good money right there for sure. Yeah. And FY, he finally got a point into that Illuminate, and he'll start putting it to good work here. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, he'll be able to get a little bit of payback, maybe hanging around that stack, bringing in some XP, and in the near future, who knows? Maybe if he's unable to farm an Ags himself, maybe No will casually hand him one later.
And it's a very common way as well to skill the Coddle, not going ulti on level 6. You don't need it at all in many scenarios. You don't even have mana for it.
Top lane, Hao's in trouble. End has just rushed right through the tower. DDC was able to intercept, gets on the stun, but Hao time walks it off. There's going to be that chrono, as mentioned, lands on DDC. Arrow flies, connects, but ZYF says, please don't do this to my support ogre. Tries to chop down Hao. Hao's going to be able to time walk away. They get off the stun, but it's as KP leaps away from trouble. Can ZYF make it away? It looks like he will be fine as Newbee reinforcements do sweep in.
Batrider also gets picked off bottom lane by the Elder Titan and the Timbersaw combination, so they managed to get a good kill there. Action all over the map in this game.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, coming into this matchup, we've been seeing a lot of the Western teams with their Huskars and more high-tempo action. I was expecting this one to be a little bit more slower-paced, Waga, but hey, they're bringing the hype.
Yeah, I think while Huskar is a high-paced action, he's also not a very frequent fight kind of hero. People just avoid him, but this is very different. This is more, they're contesting everything and not trying to give anything for free, but that said, the Relic is not far away from this Alchemist.
Now they shot an arrow through the mid lane, and they happen to see Nono and Crossing heading towards an ancient camp, and immediately the pings followed out from Newbee. They're like, hey, he's heading that way. Yeah, he's doing that ancient camp, but they can't do anything. He's already killed it.
Yeah, they're smoking to get there, but he already half killed it before.
Oh my god.
So this was the second time he went there, and that's why they won't be finding him on the ancients, but they might still. Oh,
he's running back and away. There's a train gank coming right behind him. They drop the ward. They'll see him now. He's like, I'm just going to go back and get those new ancients. DDC might take the gank for him, though. It's not going to happen. They move in. They're going to get off the stump. They get him with the arrow. He goes down, and they're going to get DDC as an extra prize on top of it.
Yeah, he won't take it for them. He will take it with him. Yeah.
That looked like it was going to be just too perfect for the Alchemist to be able to get what he needed and walk away, but he just thought he was going to be fine.
He was too greedy. Too greedy. Got him in the end.
Probably didn't take that moment to touch base with the map, with his team, to be like, hey, where is everybody, by the way?
Yeah, he's like, oh, Ancients are back. Piece of candy.
The whole team of Newbee just there around the corner. They pounce, they get their kill, and they're going to even follow it up objectively with possibly a tier 1 tower.
Oh,
looks
no,
like they've spotted out F1. Look how long he is. That is ridiculous. Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
the Titan Mirana is just...
sit tight. There's an arrow coming in about 5 minutes that's going to get you.
Yeah, KP just fires the arrow up into the sky, and it's like, yep, soon, any moment now.
Man. So things are going pretty nice now for Newbee here. We're going to have to see if Vici Gaming are going to be able to bounce back.
But kills don't tell the full story, and there's a bounty rune waiting for Nono again. Oh no.
Another stomp, and then a shock drum. Timber chain in. They'll get him. You cannot get caught by a stomp. I mean, that has got to be a lesson now for VG Game Reborn. Don't think that it's just any casual stomp that you can take. An arrow may come out from the rack.
And one buff that made Elder Titan better was the Wind Blaze, in fact, coming into play. Because now the Spirit is even faster, so it's really hard to avoid it.
Oh, you're right. You put that together with Tranquil Boots, he's a race car.
Yep.
Mid lane, high tension here for the tier 1, where Newbee are feeling pretty confident, pressing in their advantage with a chrono in their pocket. They step back and they will make a new approach. Yeah, they're going to smoke and try to catch VG Gaming Reborn a bit more by surprise here.
They want the Alchemists. They know what they're going for, but they're also pinging it out. It's like, this is not safe.
Run, no. He's going to be able to make it away here, Newbee.
The creeps will tell the story, though. They don't pursue it.
They go back the other way. It looks like the smoke ink is not going to lead anywhere.
I think Hao is doing the Chinese popular build as well, doing the first item Lincoln Sphere on Void. There's something they do
Not a Battle Fury?
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be Lincoln Sphere. They do it a lot.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying that it's the best here, but I think he will.
Time dilation on poor little Coddle, and with Timbersaw coming in, he really has no chance at all. See, that's the one unfortunate thing, that when you don't go with an early level 6, maybe he could have blinding lighted and just made it away, or at least created more time, but ultimately with a Timbersaw in the chase.
At the same time, he probably would have been chased down anyway.
Yeah, so. You never know, but nonetheless, Coddle goes down, so does this tier 1. Newbee's economy continue to go up on the rise, or at least try to swing it back their way, as this had been a mass majority VG Gaming Reborn net worth lead. You know, obviously with the Alchemist in their team, that helps a bit. And Alchemist is still up and ahead. I mean, he is. This is what you expect to see when you hop into an Alchemist game that you're spectating.
What I'm worrying for, though, is the fact that Newbee, they're getting farm on everyone. The way they take down the towers now and starting to move tower to tower, it's going to inflate the golds on Oracle here. And look at him, he's really close to the mech. Once you get this mech up, Oracle can do wonders. It's actually a really strong hero with items.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Maybe I'm not surprised, I guess it's just a bad item now, but I'm used to seeing more Oracles even considering stuff like Earn, you know, as just, you know, you get so much from it with your False Promise to double the heal, and you know it's not going to get untriggered either, so, but Mech is just going to, obviously...
It actually untriggers on not taking real damage when you get hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does.
The more you know. Maybe that's why we're not seeing any more Earn. Meanwhile, mid lane, there's the lasso pullback on Hao. They will be able to burn down the Faceless Void. Moo is going to get bailed out. Nice little False Promise comes out from Kaka. And now VG Gaming Reborn reassess the situation, step back a bit as
That's
5.
Beautiful, though. That's really good for VG.R.
Yeah, they get what they need. They back up. Newbee say we might not be done yet, but with that Mana Leak coming out, Moo says I don't want to chase any further.
Hold tight over there.
Yeah. Nice little purge off, though. But without a Chronosphere, Newbee don't have that big Weapon X, so they're going to have to hold off.
Yeah, that's true. They really don't. And This way they can just keep farming away.
Uh-oh.
FY, of course, running for his life. He is one fast hero, though. 440 movement speed.
Fastest hero in the game.
Yep.
Mind you. And with Tranquils and Windlays, yeah, he's
got a good horse.
He's a Ferrari. It's just, yeah, he'll be able to avoid trouble. I say that, but he'll probably just run into trouble right now. It's typical caster
Weapon
curse
X
fashion.
and Ferrari, you gotta hold back on the naming players.
I know, I don't know.
You're sneaky, man. You're confusing me. Mama, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan.
But this way that VG.R are playing right now, they are avoiding the issue of Newbee right now. As I say that, oh, no. Just barely escapes the arrow.
Does not escape the Chrono, however. Flame break, bumps him back, but it's not going to stop the pressure from Newbee. Good catch there from Hal. Uh-oh. Oh, Mikasa. He's nearby trying to help out.
Bloodstone charges immediately as well for this Timbersaw. Very shortly after he picked up his Bloodstone. So he's going to be pretty happy with that.
Very happy.
Man, I cursed them. I say they're avoiding them nicely, and then immediately, Newbee are on top of it.
That's how it works.
They have great heroes to catch them up, though. And yeah, there's the ultimate orb. So How going for that Lincoln Sphere. And this is it's not only How doing it, it's been popularized quite a lot by
what
the Chinese
is it
team.
then that's about the Lincolns that they find so much more value in?
It's similar to the way Vanguard works, that you just become harder to kill. This is obviously a bigger investment, but Void really likes having some extra stats. The ultimate orb is very nice in itself, but other than that, it just messes with people, right? You think that you're gonna mana leak him or lasso him, and then you don't, and he keeps running at you and killing you. Whereas if he had a Vanguard, you could just mana leak him and kind of leave him. It's fine. I don't know. I don't really like this build. I've tested it a little bit, but it can work when you play organized Dota, and Newbee definitely do.
Oh yeah, that's a specialty, I guess you could say, for a lot of these Eastern teams. So yeah, here's a smoke, here's a movement. Vici Gaming Reborn
turns off the Radiance as he's leading the way here. Nominal.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh! But he saw the acid spray.
Yeah. Oh man.
He saw the acid spray, and he is taking it out. So.
A vac arrow for sure. KP.
Good stuff. And you also see the range of that Elder Titan Spirit scouting from so far away.
This is not an easy Roche to take. I mean, if you're not leading in with a fight, you're not getting it.
I think it's one of the strongest selling points for picking Elder Titan is the fact that you can control Roshan so well. You don't even have to be at a distance where you're in danger, and you can still prevent the enemy from going for it.
And then
yeah.
I was going to say, then to add on top of it, where you have, as you mentioned, one of the best Roche Guardians, if you will, in Elder Titan, you have choke point specialists on your team with a Timbersaw, with a Chrono-wielding Faceless Void, with a Starfall Mirana. Like, they love
even Arrow is
fights.
Easier to land as well, because it's a tight area to play around, and many different angles to shoot it from. Oh, they're scouting him, but not going to get the stump, though. They need to, like, leap Arrow. Can he do it?
They can with a Fortune's End on top. There it is. It's going to connect Chakram all the way through, and he goes down. Meanwhile, Mikasa leads it. Hawk ties up KP, pulls him back under the tower so he can't even hide under a Moonlight Shadow, and they'll slash him down to get a little bit of payback. But
it's a good return, but still one more Bloodstone charge and a big kill on that Alchemist. Still chasing, though.
Oh, almost gets the stun off as he Timber chains away. Can't get him. Wow.
That was close.
Very, very close, but he's going to be good. And now they try to go for at least the next target, but Chuan already is too far and away. 1 for 1's okay, but as you were talking about, Timbersaw is able to get a little bit of extra from it, and Newbee,
I like VG Gaming's spirit, though. They keep trying to take these fights, even though they're running the Alchemist team. They're not just sitting back and saying, okay, we need to farm. They're going for it. They're trying to get retaliations, and it doesn't work every time, but at least they got a Mirana kill.
Looks like now, though, they will have to pump the brakes a bit from this top lane pressure, and they'll kind of pick up the pieces elsewhere here. Mikasa did recently finish up his Blink Dagger. That would entice him a bit also to maybe go a bit more on the offensive further. And No, obviously, is looking to finish out the Naga Alchemist build here.
Yeah, becoming the poor man's Naga. Needs the Manta Style, and then into the Octarine we go. It's going to be a farming game for him.
And after that, we get into the Ags party, if the game does go that long.
There are some really nice Aghanims upgrades to give. If you get Equivalence on the Ogre Magia and then pull him in Aghanims, that makes him crazy strong.
Oh yeah.
And I would never buy Aghanims from Juggernaut, but if you get pulled in Aghanims, that's actually not bad. If you get one for free, why not?
Yeah, that's extra stats, of course. And Who couldn't hate on the extra slashes?
Extra slashes are quite welcome when you have a good DPS build. And I think when he gets to that Manta Diffusal point, he will be strong. Of course, Void is going for the same kind of thing now. After Lincoln Sphere, heading into a Blade of Alacrity, probably going to be a Yasha, I assume. Could go Diffusal Blade though, if he really feels bothered by the Mana Leak or the Sticky Napalm. Getting an early Diffusal Blade is really not a bad choice.
Seems to be the case,
that's the case.
All right, so Diffusal en route here. For how soon enough? Probably something that NewB are considering holding out for. But as I say that, looks like they're coming together. No smoke though.
They don't actually have a smoke.
Okay.
Oh, they do.
Where? Who's got the purple stuff?
It's Elder Titan at your service.
They puff it up and they go on the move.
Yeah, they're going for the Ancients. They know. Should be someone over there. Mantistar completed.
FY nearby in the neighborhood, but he also very hesitant here. I mean, everyone from VG and Reborn just kind of totally pulling off, with the exception of Meat Casa in the bottom lane. They know something's fishy. There was no ward out there. There is one deep in their jungle, but obviously nowhere near where the smoke was. But I guess just so many missing on the map.
Just a good read, yeah.
Just the sense.
And there's the scan. They've been scanned out. Jigs up.
Jigs up. No stacks of Ancients to even steal away. They'll just take what they can get and walk away to fight on another day.
They could leave a small one just to block it. He's actually gonna block it just by farming, so it's fine.
Good for him.
Meanwhile though, split push on bottom by Mikasa. He's trying to get close to his Force Staff. Once you have that, you can really start playing aggressively as a Batrider. Only having a Blink Dagger, it's still a little bit hard to take the fights. But when you can blink in and pull someone and force that way, that's when you can really bring someone to your team.
Yeah, plus who knows, one of your targets might be Faceless Void, and having that Force Staff to pop the Lincolns would be nice too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll see though. I like how cast it on himself.
I'm not quite sure which team I favor going into late game scenario here. I guess the Void and Elder Titan ulti does get insanely strong towards late game.
And Mirana could also, you know, segue into quite a DPS too.
She has the Ags right now picked up, so she will get very, very powerful. But I don't know. Alchemist could maybe carry this.
We'll see. Lots of scaling potential for both sides, as we could be in for a long mileage kind of a game here. NewBee make their own advancement through their woods on the back of a Moonlight Shadow now, in hopes of maybe catching out anyone from Vici, but it looks like Vici have already stepped off and are going to go their own grind.
In fact, 7 smoke kills in this game by 25 minutes, so a lot more than we had in the previous game.
Put much more value in
God
that,
damn
I guess. I have 1, possibly 2. So far, yeah, 50%. That's a fail for sure.
Yep, that's a fail. How might be thinking about going here mid, even though he doesn't have someone back.
How has just walked into
FY.
Oh, FY, true. Can they save him? Nah, that Lincoln's not going to allow the stun coming through. It's a chrono for a coddle, I guess. How is just going to...
Hey, in a game like this, you will chrono for a coddle every time. It's fine, because sure, the cooldown is now down, but what are VG Gaming really going to do? Go Roshan? You can't just do that against Elder Titan, right?
Yep.
So using your chrono to get a kill is just gonna speed up the farm for How, if you will. I'm sorry, but Coddle is a bit of a creep.
I guess they could just at least make a movement towards mid lane tier 1. There's tier 1 there. I don't know. I mean, I guess you're right. There's not much of an approach that VG Gaming can do to even capitalize on a situation where chrono's down.
They could try, but the thing is just about this Mirana, right? The Aghanims, and then you have Elder Titan also being so farmed now. It's very hard to push anywhere. Also like how it's kind of a race who's going to be the fastest. Elder Titan is just as fast as the Keeper of the Light right now with his Yule Scepter. He's kind of cheating.
Oh, he's cheating for sure.
But, you know, Coddle, he's getting a Force Staff. He's having none of that.
I wonder if he's going for the Force because he knows his boy Alk is going to be handing off the Yags at some point.
I think so. He's just preparing for the best, you know?
Yeah, and then he'll get that into a Hurricane Pike, I'm sure. So good on Coddle.
Get those hits off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Great DPS against Timber. Probably healing him per hit.
You mana leak them, and then you force them away, and then you blow them away with Blinding Light. And then they definitely run out of mana. That's what you do. But
the dream.
Here we'll see VG Gaming just kind of going back into their more grind. It looks like a Yules is going to be in order for DDC as well. I don't know if that was already mentioned or not, but you know, more bursts, more damage
Roche
out there.
Being started here by NewBee.
There was one team to do it. I think NewBee have a better chance of getting it done. It's just had been a question of do they have the damage to do, Roche?
Oh, good pick here on top, though.
Oh.
Ooh, getting caught out by the Batrider.
Oh, lassoed up. Timbersaw can be quite the machine.
Oh.
He can't even get it off. So he's going to lose a bit of a bounty streak right there, Mikasa.
Yeah, so much gold in fact. 500 gold with 3 heroes around as well. That's a ton of money.
I think he's got his force staff there, Waga. He gets it, buys it flat out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, NewBee have been slowly withering away at this Roche. Hao is not one to kind of bring in too much bulky damage, but slowly but surely they'll be able to bring it.
Yeah, really. That's gonna be good. And this is actually a triple force staff build coming in from Vici Gaming, by the way. The force staff is complete on Caudle, Batrider has one, and Ogre is in the makings of a force staff as well.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to turn to a Yules. No, you're right. It is a force staff.
He, in fact, has it now. So, triple force staff. And against this team of NewBee, I guess it's really good, actually. Against Timbersaw.
The plan is FY Mana leaks one person and then they all force him around until he loses his mana, dude.
Hey, Timbersaw, nice mana.
Nerd. Yeah, just force him all over the place. He's got the Lotus Orb.
I'm positive that's not how they're going to use it.
No, I know. I mentioned the draft. You know, Timbersaw, the mana leak could still be a problem even in the late game because you're just flashing around so much. So he does have a way to purge off that pesky mana leak now. And then potentially repel any further spells. We know Ogre likes to spam things out, so...
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be careful not to hit yourself in the noggin.
Or even the Super Saiyan war between a Juggernaut.
That's true.
And Timbersaw.
One of my favorite things to witness, for sure. But
I love when they just jump off in the distance as well. They don't even jump on anyone else to DPS. They just kind of follow each other.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't understand, it's just...
We gotta take this fight elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look up the, Lotus Orb Omni Slash. It's a fun thing.
Well, VG Gaming still continue to hold a net worth advantage, while NewBee hold the XP advantage here, obviously mostly on the back.
Yeah, well, I gotta be careful split pushing bottom here. KP is sitting around and he has a blink and he might go for him.
Just lob that arrow right there. Oh,
but he knows he's there. He has so low HP. Double Starfall instant kills him, actually. The Caudle, 860, 2 Starfalls with the double.
He'll be close.
Yeah. I mean, one right click and he's dead.
FY will be able to avoid the trouble, takes himself back to the mid lane. It looks like Mikasa is also able to step out from that top lane.
Yeah, and that's just more space for the Alchemist as well. So, and Juggernaut has been farming quite a bit. We don't mention him as much, but he's holding his own in this farming war.
It's feeling like VG Gaming Reborn, at least they're confident they could take this one lane. They want to play against the clock, and even NewBee are starting to get the idea like maybe we can't let them have this much time, and they feel like they're going to be getting the pressure.
This is what they need to go late, though. They need to take a few towers off the map. You can't let NewBee have this mid-tier 1, for instance.
Mikasa near the pit here, dancing around a bit, trying to make a go for Moo, as he goes for the Timber Chain, will get lassoed up, pulled back, Omnis comes out, and they're going to slash down the Timbersaw.
They do kill the old man in the meantime, and they're also chasing down on the Ogre, so they get 2 kills in trade for that. But that's more Bloodstone charges being lost on Timbersaw, and it really hurts you.
Yeah, his momentum just begins to just trick down so much, and you'll hear it from many core players. Like, they feel like they get their best performance when they have all these charges and all this mana regen to work with, and now he's going to get crippled down a bit. No? Oh, finds a nice little closet to hide in and we'll be able to TP away.
Yeah, everyone will TP out here one by one of VG.R, and VG.R playing NewBee right now. Like, they're actually doing a good job. Yes, you lost 2 supports. Does that really matter? Not exactly. They have their items. They don't care much if they die. And you shut down one very important hero towards the late game. Timbersaw needs to have his items.
Yeah, because still looking to see where Hao or KP could be stepping up, maybe with more raw damage. Wouldn't you say maybe they need a bit more in the DPS department?
I'm very
They're going Yules on KP.
About this Yules on KP.
Yeah, I'm looking at him, I was like, okay, Faceless Void, he's holding money, so he could get something. But then you look at KP and it's like, wow, he's turning into like spell-casting Mirana.
There was a moment in the wildcards where eHome went 4 Yules scepters, I think, or probably it was 3 at least, maybe even 4. And made it work really well. And NewBee are kind of doing the same thing here against the Juggernaut. It's good defensively, but you're not really taking control. And I think Mirana should not go down this route.
Yeah, why not get like
E-Blade.
Yeah, get a Ghost Scepter to help against the Jug, and then you happen to make that move in the E-Blade where it's awesome on Mirana.
I actually think it would have been a very natural transition for her, and she would also become the carry, because now you're putting more and more pressure on your Void to hard carry, but he went Linken's first item.
Yeah.
He's not really hard carrying, I don't think. And you're falling very far behind of this Alchemist, who now is in the shape to start pulling Aghanims to everyone.
He
has all his items, he can start now. Oh, the fight. This is going to be very important.
Newbee might really need this one to succeed if they want to still hold a good advantage in this game. But yeah, look at this. VG Game Reborn so up and above, straight to the north. They're waiting for Moon. They're going to get the last one. They're going to pull him right back into the open house of the team. Moonlight Shadows can be there. Can they finish off Timber in time? There's going to be a chrono. They bump him back out, but he's still caught under it. How tries to make a move for Mikasa, but there's no damage, and they can't get him. They're going to turn it back. Mikasa eventually will get swarmed on in. Dilated up. How? Oh, they're going to miss the mark on the arrow for that one, but KP can't make it back and away. These Alchemist illusions begin to rip on through. He's the beast of them all, and he slashes down and somehow. There is going to be the move for Moo here. No continues his stride, and Moo, he's just trying to desperately make it back and away. Slows them down a bit, but there's nowhere to run.
Yeah.
He gets it to a tree, but I don't think you're going to be making it too far.
He's just being chased down. He's got suicide. He knows that stun would have killed him. That was a buyback committed by the Batrider, but a big fight win right there, as the Alchemist does not die at all.
Yeah, he's the big breadwinner in that fight.
And you got two very important kills of the Mirana and Void, and of course Timbersaw again dying. So still down to 6 charges on the Bloodstone. He can't really spam it so much. His nukes now. Man, this is looking more and more like VG Gaming are gonna take it.
Yeah, there definitely was a momentum swing all of a sudden where VG Gaming and Reborn just kind of recognized that things are going pretty swimmingly for them, and Newbee recognized that they might not have that scaling potential and they need to kind of turn things up a bit.
Not with the builds they were going. It's just slow build up. The Void spending 5,000 gold on a defensive item for the first part of the game, it really slows down your GPM. You have 208 CS on a Void at 34 minutes. That's cute, but I mean, 300 CS on an Alchemist is going to be a lot stronger.
Yeah, and when he's done finishing off his massive critical mass build, he's going to make the rest of his team so much stronger too.
Yeah, and with the triple 4-staff, no one cares about the Lincolns anymore. I don't think so. There are too many ways. Even the Mana Leak, which is soon to be level 4, it's too easy to get rid of this Lincoln Sphere, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with the help of Chakram being paired with stuff like that, you have plenty of ways to just spam out stuff. Newbee smoke again here. Need another successful fight in any way if they want to be able to really keep their head above water here in game number 1. And they're going very deep south, trying to find the back end of VG Gaming Reborn.
Yeah, but Vici is so far up, they just realized they're going to try and cut them off from behind, probably.
They dropped a ward to leave behind here, but yeah, they're going to have to find a way to make an approach for VG Gaming Reborn where they're not going to have some sort of high ground advantage. So,
but VG Gaming are just walking around. Yeah, they're trying to follow their footsteps, but it's not quick enough. Are they gonna get it?
Okay, how to the high ground right now?
Becoming a ward.
It waits and stalks right here. If No kept moving forward,
they have a good defensive ward here up here as well. If they the arrow scouted up Batrider. Not connecting though. With a Mirana Invis, they're trying to find anything they can.
Scans out.
Good scan. Actually,
it's a little late. Yeah, that was a dire scan. Okay. They're a little late to use it if they wanted to see if VG Gaming were there.
Well, for sure.
But now they'll see them. Mid lane, Alchemist illusions begin to fly out.
I just want Alchemist to pull back, and it's 5.4k. We're getting close, man. He should do it very soon. I think Ogre Magi has to be first in line, actually.
I always think it's going to be Ogre, and then they end up handing it off to like the Jug.
Yeah. I wonder, just having that unrefined Fire Blast, it feels like you make Ogre twice the hero that he currently is.
I think he should hand it to Coddle. I mean, he becomes a totally different hero.
May be biased.
Nah, it's nighttime. By the time he gets it, it'll be daytime. They'll have the unobstructed vision to approach the high ground. Or they have a Bat Rider do a kidnapping.
What's your name, guy?
I don't know.
What's your name, guy?
Dakota guy.
Dakota guy.
Nah, I mean, I like the idea of Ogre getting it. It adds so much more disable.
He actually went on top of it and gave himself a Scotty instead of armlets. So you're like, screw you guys, this is for me.
He's like, I'm just going to trade in these items and make myself.
He could always just buy himself an Aghanim first as well. Just get that 390 HP.
That would be the greediest thing I've ever seen.
I may have done that sometimes.
Just to My accident
support's
or
dismay.
intentional?
Oh, it's definitely an accident.
Dyer's
Trying to give away
top
2
tower is
items
under
at
attack.
once.
Whoops!
Yeah.
I ate it. My bad.
Yep.
You did it right in front of him too.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, come here, come here. I got some for you. Oh, sorry, ate it.
you know, you're Alchemist. 2 minutes later, they get it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't really matter.
KP lingering here in the bottom lane. Since his Yule's
And in
pickup.
fact, dude, I see the courier. It's got some special delivery coming out. It's going to that secret shop.
Ooh, there's a lot of pieces of Agnums in the courier.
Oh, what? The TPN? Move? That was not just the place to TPN.
He TP's in right into the open arms of Vici Gaming Reborn, and one Lotus Sword might not be enough to save you. He does get the save of the False Promise, which helps create some bit of space here. How could be the next target, though, for Vici Gaming as they approach him into the river. They hit him with a mana leak. He's able to time walk up and away here.
It's so slow,
and he's trying to purge it off. We'll be able to make it out. Runs, jumps, and just gets the hell out of there with the assistance of the rest of the Newbee squad. That could have been a lot worse.
That was actually a little bit Newbee being bailed out by Vici Gaming. You saw that 4-staff on the Void as he got down to the river? That was a 4-staff by Batrider.
Oh, no.
Which was not what you want to have happen there. If he didn't 4-staff, Void would have died. 100%.
Was he thinking he was facing the other way? And
I think he didn't realize that they could kill Void because they were fighting someone else, right? They went on a Timbersaw at first, and then when the False Promise came out on him, everyone switched to Void immediately. And yeah, just a miscommunication.
Well, VG Gaming Reborn need a kill. They go in. Not going to be able to get it though.
He got the last hit.
Gets the last hit, but he gets wrecked. So
yeah, well, he got the money. You know, always something.
Kind of shows something from Newbee because, I mean, do you think it's at the point in the game where you might need to make a desperate move like that?
I don't think you should be making that move. I mean, you still had everyone alive. You can still take a team fight.
He does have a buyback. He will be able to be here, but it would have been nice to have 2 lives inside your base. And you might need a buyback soon, yeah, because Nono's already inside the base here. And they're going to work on your tier 3. We're going to have to see what Newbee offer for high ground defense, and it's going to be leading with this Chrono. Catches out 2 from the outskirts. Mikasa waits. They're going to pop the link into How. Arrow is going to be a swing and a miss, though. The heals fly through. The blast keeps continuing here. The Omni Slash will be committed from ZYF as he quickly takes down the Oracle. And now Hal looks to make a move for ZYF. Gets him with the refusal. Can he finish him off? He's time walking in. He wants to get it, but he can't. Blade Fury allows the space, and now Hal is going to be taken down for his greed. And it's closer and closer to reality. Vici Gaming Reborn. And that each of those blasts is like a mech heal too. It's gonna get this team back up to full.
He got the first Aghanims, they listened to Caudle Guy, and here comes the high ground siege. And it's very hard to stop this. Look at Juggernaut's HP now. With that healing ward and the heal from Caudle, it's not easy to bring him down a single time. Okay, he got it, but committed quite heavily.
He does lose his Aegis, but as mentioned, that's only 1 life. They're gonna have to be able to do it again and take an Alk also. Able to be able to do a move, hit up with an early mana leak, and just loses his mana on the back of a blinding light. Arrow sidestep. No, continues to go to work, sieging away. Mikasa blinks in. He has no lasso, but no.
Okay, now it's really deep though.
Okay, you gotta be careful here. He doesn't have Manta yet. Has it now. And we'll be able to back it away while ZOF continues the work, grinding away on this Rex. They'll finally get that melee Rex down, and they'll be happy with that. Walking back it away.
Such a good time to back out. 10 seconds cooldown on the Void ulti right now. He wants to get anything. Oh, they stay. Okay.
They're thinking about it here. He goes in now. Chrono gets the dilation off, but now he gets hit up with the stun with the Ignite, with the Fire Blast. Gets saved out the False Promise. Now gets the Chrono off. Catches out both cores inside the Chrono. KP drops down the Starfall. Will be enough to take out the Jug. Can they finish off the Alk?
They're going
for it. The gun set up. The Yules is there, and they take him down. Newbee on the fight back. They're moving in for DDC now. Are they going to be able to get it? They've already taken out 3, and it looks like they will.
He's got a stone to fill with blood. He's going.
Oh my God. They get it done. They take everyone but Mikasa.
Void did die, though, and he used his buyback as well.
Look at the net worth swing, man. That is something else. About 5,700 gold going back their way.
Yeah, that was a lot of money, but they also needed something like this desperately. They just got racked, and VG.R is still in great shape even after dying like that.
Yeah.
So they have to get more. They have to get 2 tier 2 towers pretty much. But how do you do that with Void dead? You He's the main part of their DPS, in fact, against towers.
Yeah, they don't push towers that well.
Look at Mirana's builds.
She's got a freaking helm. What is she building?
I don't know. It's
what
not
is she building? Is this a veil coming?
KP, yes, KP is an offlaner. He's not a carry. He's building offlaner things.
Why did he get back there? What is happening? Okay, well...
DPS leap.
Move speed leap to get back in and hit it again. Nonetheless, Newbee get a very nice fight back their way.
Yeah, they got a tower at least, but they need more fights going this way for Newbee to really be back in this game. Being down racks, the pressure is really on them. And there's just going to be more and more Aghanims being handed out, I think. And as you mentioned earlier, the Juggernaut, if he gets one, his ulti is going to last for so long. He's going to really hurt with that. I don't know. This looks so great for Vici Gaming, in fact.
Yeah, it's still not that bad. Newbee. First step in a 3-step program, I'll say. But
yep. It's a program. Recovering against Alchemist. And they have a Hex now, in fact, on Chuan, on his Elder Titan. So between the Hex and the Yule Scepter, that's a lot of disable. He can maybe hold the Alchemist in place when they try and bring him down, or even going on the Juggernaut and chain disabling him.
He really got a Veil. Wow.
Yeah, he got a Veil. I'm not sure. I think E-Blade would have been better for this purpose. But...
okay, here comes Vici. Up and above on the high ground, Mikasa makes his move. He gets insta-Hex as he tries to go for the last one, but his team's got his back. With the help of the 4-step, they make their move in. EDC coming to back into this one, but Hal makes a huge chrono. But where's the damage? He made his move for FY, just trying to get the coddle out of this one. He's able to get the blinding light off, but it's quickly taken off. Gem hits the deck, and now on the other side, No tries to get redemption as he quickly slashes down and goes for the Oracle, but now No is caught between 3 on one side. He's looking for his team. Mikasa helps him out with a flame break, and now ZYF comes to his aid, moves in, helps clear out, takes out the Elder Titan, and now they look to focus move. KP flies in, drive by with the help of a Star Paul right now. They finish off the Oracle, the gem down once more. ZYF forced to Blade Fury and try to retreat, but he's not going to make it too far. Moo is there in the nick of time and will help clean things up. A strong fight once again for Newbee.
Both the gems. He got in and took both and flying out.
See you later, nerds.
2 gems on the ground. He's like, yeah,
the hell out of there.
Thank you for the booty. I'm gonna leave.
Still though, that's another strong fight for Newbee.
It was a lot down to Tron and that really quick Hex when the Batrider jumped in. Because he insta-hexed that Batrider and he couldn't 4-staff himself away. So that put him in a great spot to take the team fight. And the AoE damage is definitely there. The Veil is not bad, I guess, when you have
there's just
Void combo with the ET ulti.
There's just a wealth of spam coming out from Newbee, and the Veil only makes all of that better. And when
I guess
all the numbers come together, they look like they hit hard.
I still feel that in their case, the E-Blade could have helped with the single target damage to bring down the cores quicker. But in this case, they just got such a good Hex off that they can fight back up on the back of that. But wow, this is really anyone's game at this point. Pretty exciting. Look at that mountain.
Yeah, that's a serious peak right there.
That's a lonely mountain. We're in Seattle.
Down we go. And back to, as mentioned, a more of an even playing field. There's still a ceiling to work with, obviously, with Vici Gaming, with more Ags to hand off. Ogre still shy of 1. Same goes for the Jug.
Yeah, they haven't really been allowed to take any time to farm up on the Alchemist since he got this farmed.
Yeah.
His net worth has in fact not increased much at all.
Yeah, they're go. They're trying to close the game out while they have this kind of advantage, and they're moving once again. They're trying to get Hal in the bottom lane, and it looks like they will be able to burst him down. This time, no one to bail him out on the back of Mikasa's lasso setup.
Yeah, he has 53 seconds until his buyback is off cooldown. Of course, he has 67 until he respawns naturally, though. But they're definitely going to look to do something with this time. Pushing down the mid lane. Yeah, should be the move.
Moo tries his best. I mean, he's a Timber Saw with an Aghanim's. He's got one hell of ability to kind of spam out these waves and prevent the creeps from moving in, but he's got a tall order ahead of him now.
Oh, definitely. It's not easy to hold off the Juggernaut and Alchemist here.
I mean, Coddle insta-blasting down these waves. He just eats an arrow to the face right now, but...
oh, look at Timbersaw, so manly, just running up and scaring off the Alch immediately.
Yeah, everything to just places 2 Chakrams right in the middle of the lane.
They're not going to be able to force this. He's leaving the goggles. The goggles of death.
It's like the dance floor. I dare you.
Yeah, he's the king of the dance floor right now. Move.
What do Vici Game want to do? It's an intimidation tactic.
Just tactically leaves them there.
Really leaving him out there.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess, you know, with 15 charges and Ags, Shivas, you don't really lose mana.
Slowly.
There we go, they pulled him in now.
Alright. Seems they have left. As soon as he saw someone on top lane, that's when he did it. But yep.
Mind games, buddy. Finally, VG Gaming Reborn are like, cool chakra, we're just going to go get rogue. See you later. They back out, and they go for it, and they'll take it this fast, too. They got the ward up here on the high ground so they can see if Newbee try to approach in any sort of way. Give or take if it's not with the smoke, but it doesn't matter, as VG Gaming will be able to take it down, snag it up. ZYF pockets that one.
And FY takes the cheese. He might run home and sell it. Who knows?
He could use
the money.
He could use it.
And it seems like he's going for a Lotus Orb on the Caudal as well. Going for that plate mail.
Yeah, why not?
It's really good here. Purging the time dilation is a big thing for them, and you don't always want to Eul Scepter yourself. Even though they have Eul Scepter on the Batrider and Ogre, sometimes Lotus Orb is just a better option. And it's a great item to put on the Alchemist whenever he gets focused.
Yeah, definitely offers even more utility. And
there's that E-Blade as well. She's like, why not both?
Why not both?
Why not?
Still just... I mean, she needed to find a way to, I guess, put had arcanes before to use in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Now back to brown booties.
Yeah, she used the arcanes to get the Veil discard.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess that's why she got the Veil.
Oh, not the Veil. What am I saying? She just sold them, basically.
It has been quite an interesting itemization choice by KP this game. But,
Veil and E-Blade, she's going to be able to burst one guy really hard. When she
really hard, yeah.
And Void almost has the Manta Diffusal now as well. He's trying to complete it before this push. And it seems like VG Gaming might want to go right now, but I think they could be fine just taking a minute as well.
It looks like they're taking enough time for at least No to farm up another Axe.
Yeah, one more Aghanims would be really good for them right now.
Yeah.
I just feel that you could have had so much more impact with the Ogre Magi in these team fights. Chain stunning is a big thing in the late game. We see how much value they get out of the Hex, for instance, from Tron. If you get Aghanims on Ogre here, you're going to do a lot more.
I guess the other side of the coin is, we did see DDC get bursted down pretty fast, and maybe they just put more in putting it on the Jug for extra stats and Omni Slashes.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to say, but hey, Jug at this rate, he can buy his own Ags. He's got 5k to his name here.
I know
he won't. I know he won't, but...
Rich enough, but it's just about space, really.
Yeah.
And there's the Moon Shard. As we talk about space, he just eats an item.
Yeah, he's pretty much at critical mass at this point. He does have the slot where the Aegis could be, of course, and I guess bots in the future, but he does get the Ags.
All right.
So
Aghanim's upgrade, so 3020 HP on the Juggernaut, and of course, pretty good upgrade going from 110 to 70-second cooldown on Omni Slash as well. Oh, he finds the DD rune as well.
Time to fight. It's fight time for Vici.
Aegis, DD rune.
Doesn't get any better than this. I mean, if they can't close it out here, then we're going to be in for a long game.
Yeah, we might be. He hits so hard now, and that Omni Slash, it's 12 hits of the Omni Slash itself. And with the Moon Shard, he actually gets quite a few right clicks down. Remember, he can just ulti on the Lincoln Sphere as well. Lincoln Sphere does not matter to Omni Slash. And you break the Lincoln Sphere, in fact, so it's kind of a bonus.
Oh my god, 2 slashes. That creep wave is done.
Oh, you should just go in there.
There's the mana leak on Moo. He's going to Lotus it off. Arrow is not going to connect on anybody. DYF, man, he gets hit so hard, though. He might lose his Aegis fast.
He might. I think he should really just have tried to blink for the backline and just get an ulti off. When you have DD Rune and you hit this hard and you have Aghanims, I think maybe it would be a throw play, but I believe he would have forced out a defensive Oracle ulti on someone and still might have gotten a kill.
Well, they're going to send Alk into the top lane for now, but obviously VG Gaming do have FY's Coddle.
There are more Aghanims to farm.
Yeah.
That's definitely, a point to make here for VG, as they're not finishing out the game quite yet. That is a heavy net worth Juggernaut right now. The Aghanims that gets pulled from you definitely adds to your net worth as well.
Yeah.
So now he's just about to overtake the Timbersaw.
But it looks like VG Gaming Reborn, their best bet would be having all of their ducks in a row before they make this approach, having all lanes to come in pressure. And get to that point, Mikasa makes it with the BKB, but with the Lotus, they stack each other up, all locked inside. And ZYF was also caught in the mix and now has to be forced out to safety. A very awkward initiation comes out from VG Gaming.
That was really unfortunate. That was some scary stuff happening.
They back off, and now VG Gaming have to consider if it's worth following it up if they have the time to even wait out even longer for another lasso. And I don't think they can afford
They're
the time.
just running in, getting some hits, but now it's nighttime as well. You really want to avoid taking a fight during this.
Now you're caught like, yeah, dang it. Now we don't have that extra vision. We don't have that heal.
The vision and the heal are two pretty big impacts in the fights as well.
Especially sieging high ground too. Yeah, it's a huge tool to have. And now
it makes Batrider's job a lot easier when you have Coddle just giving that vision. So yeah, just sitting back a little bit more. I believe the next Aghanim's components might be coming out soon. No, in fact, he's building to an Soul Cuirass on the Alchemist. So he wants to add up some armor, not die so quickly. So gonna go and get rid of that Radiance most likely.
Helps out him, helps out of course against the Elder Titan for his team, and
I'm not actually sure. Maybe he gets rid of the Manstyle even. Because he needs to have some damage, and his DPS is really terrible if he gets rid of the Relic.
Gets rid of the boots because Coddle will take him everywhere, you know? I don't know.
Doesn't sound bad.
We'll have to see. It's getting to that point where
I'll just put my Travels tier 2 on, you know, on the shelf and have Coddle bring me everywhere.
It's pretty ridiculous here. Very resilient Newbee team is now. Oh, look at this. They
Newbee don't tap out early ever, and they're definitely not lost in this game. They still have so many ways to get back into this.
They're creeping around, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any nearby Vici Gaming.
Oh, they know where they are though. They feel it.
They're scouting out with the Elder Titan. It might be able to get a sneaky peek at a Mikasa Batrider here. But it looks like they kind of glanced at each other. Arrow to fly, but no target for it to catch. Oh,
no, they're going in now.
Moves in. He pops off the force. It might have been meant for Hal, but he ended up forcing himself into an awkward position. Mikasa gets a nice Lotus Orb coming up from FY, which helps bounce the stun back. But there's going to be the movement from the Elder Titan. Commits to this Earth Splinter. Mikasa's going to be going down, and now Yule's up for FY. Could be trapped in. Huge arrow. No, stuck in his place, locked down. They get him some help with the Lotus, and he backs up in a way, but the chakrams begin to go to work. There goes the mighty 12 slashes.
Oh, the Lotus Orb.
Stuns there as it stuns reflected back. The Lotus Gaming happening here is ridiculous. But now they found out Moo, and ZYF begins to slash down the machine as hard as possible.
I mean, he's not
can't do it. The defense is just out of control. He can't seem to do the damage necessary, and Moo makes a hasty retreat.
70 armor.
1 for 1. Nobody seems to be dying here. Finally, they're going to be able to bring Moo down. It's so much muscle power from Vici Gaming Reborn in a very sweaty fight.
Such a tanky Timbersaw. They don't have Batrider here, but they should definitely be going. And there's no... Oh, going behind. KP gets the snipe though. The arrow.
Moves in and just annihilates.
Arrow veiled Evoids. Instant kill.
Ogre's out. That doesn't seem to be too much deterrent, but that's going to be a buyback from Moo. How going to get saved with the false promise here from Kaka, and ZYF just has his eyes on the prize, looking to move in. But Moo wildly appears from behind and forces the Alchemist back and away. And this push could be halted here. Newbee are back and with a vengeance trying to force Vici Gaming to just step off.
Yeah, they're really trying to chase, but How does not have much HP. It has to be pretty careful. 10 seconds from Chronosphere.
They're split up a bit. They see FY and ZYF from the south, and now they change course and look to go for him as No moves in. They're trying to kite from both fronts, but now he's locked between 3. Gets off the Manta. FY valiantly moves himself into the battle, but then he gets into the 1v1 with Hal. He's going to eat the cheese and be fine, but they've just lost their Alp. He's going to be forced to buy back. Mikasa moves in. Lasso pullback, but the Chrono's there from Hal on the other side, and he gets the finish and takes out FY. Ulti comes out, barely saves Swan. He gets off the stump, pulls out and away, and it looks like it's not going to matter. He ends up going down. Mikasa picks up that one, moves back in, helps finish things off. It's
craziest fight ever.
This is the longest, most ridiculous fight ever, for the love of God.
And they're still chasing. Reborn. No wants to get some personal again with Moo, but he gets away.
It looks like they've done enough. Newbee have fired out everything they can, and Vici Gaming have held strong. With buybacks, they try to go right back into the base, but Newbee say, please stop coming to the base. We're going to force you back and away.
Yeah, they're chasing after him again, but it's not easy to catch anyone here.
No, rounds the bend, moves in. Him and ZYF split the course. They look to go. Moo's too tanky to kind of lock on for. Meanwhile, it looks like KP snipes again. DDC, it takes him down. No, stabbed in the back. Nice arrow connection. He goes down, out for 2 minutes time, and no buyback.
2 minutes to push down the mid lane. It's just time to fix the other lanes. Immediately go.
Fix the damage, bottom lanes completely swarmed in, get this done, and keep going down mid.
They might actually, I don't think they have time to take the entire thing, especially as there's a Kato as well. He can run down and start spamming. Needs to go and defend immediately here. FY, get on defense, 2D man.
Go there and blast, you old fool.
This is danger coming. 1.5 minutes still with everyone at their doorstep. They could definitely take this tower and just go for the throne if they want to.
Here comes Newbee. Uh-oh, old man Cottle gets caught with the Yule. Stop. Gets the force off, but he's far back in behind. Mikasa looks to step in. Self-Lotus, he's trying to run, but he goes down. Does have a buyback if necessary. Hal moves in, catches Mikasa with a chronosphere right in front of his own fountain. He's gonna get off his BKB and this is such a hard commitment from Newbee. Are you sure you want to do this? Look at back inside the base. Yep. CYF is going for it with Jugular. Gets this tier 4 down, and they look to try to get him the hell out of here. Yes. They step back off, and that is how Vici Gaming Reborn are going to stop Newbee if possible, but they do get down Mikasa back inside the gates of Vici Gaming. Mikasa buys back. KP, valiant leap, makes it to the low ground, but ZYF is there to meet him and finishes him off.
And everyone has buyback all the time, it feels like. They're trying to chase for more. Even still, they have the Yule Scepter as well on the Batrider if you can get close enough. Oh, with one blink, he's there.
Radiant's top tower.
Santa's off, blink is in, gets off the sticky.
Oh,
to step
they're
back,
TPing in.
Fortune's End, and now they have to pull out.
Man, there's not a lot of buybacks anymore. There's Void, Juggernaut, Nirana, and Oracle are the ones possessing it, but a lot of them got blown in these last 2 minutes.
All right, let's reassess the damage.
Game erupted.
Let's reassess what damage has been done. Bottom racks for Newbee are totally gone. Melee racks, mid lane down. Newbee were able to make their approach on the other side, but with such a deep commitment right in front of the fountain, they didn't get really anything done inside the base of Vici Gaming.
Oh, definitely. And that was a lot just how tanky the Batrider was, and the fact that, yes, you got Coddle, but it's just a support. FY is like, okay, fine, don't take the racks, chase after me.
But then ZYF comes back, he gets Boots of Travel, and he goes right to the Newbee base, right to the heart, and almost gets both tier 4s down.
Yeah, he's really just getting in there, getting the damage, forcing them, and then he just blinks out as well, managing to get away safely. That was a risky play from Newbee, diving so hard though. And now with the Roshan spawning again, Alchemist with the Arcane Rune, in fact.
As they step in, the pings already fly out. Newbee knows this is happening. They're looking to go in. How? Gets him all with the chrono. Only FY on the outside, and he can't do much to stop him. Dishes out the blast and tries to heal him up, but there's so much damage being done by Newbee. With Moo moving in, they just flashes out all of the chakrams, and it just does so much work. Rips apart the Vici Gaming team.
I think they just did it.
And it is over. Newbee have just slashed on through Vici Gaming Reborn. The Roche is theirs, and it could be the game soon.
It doesn't even matter. They're not gonna go Roche. Triple heroes dead with no buyback, and this is just go time if ever. And they also have everyone ready to push here. So much DPS on the Void and Mirana as well at this point.
The DPS has been lacking for a long time, but an hour in, they've got it now, and it's in great time. Oh, how ballsy link forward, hoping to catch the Coddle, trying to slow the pace. Doesn't matter. Just goes right for the base.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Oh, okay. Mirana can easily catch that so quick. Okay.
Dark Creep blocked the arrow.
Throwing his body in the way of the Coddle.
FY can't do anything. He'll reflect back, I guess, a bit, but it's not going to matter. They move back into the mid lane, and this is Newbee. What was once a 16K net worth advantage, Vici Gaming Reborn.
Yeah, and in fact, they were never ahead in net worth in the entire game and still are not ahead in net worth as they are winning this game. This is
maybe now they might just be
maybe now with the next update coming up, but that's probably the first time that I've seen a team not be ahead a single time until the throne.
And Newbee do it. They take both tier 4s down. Vici Gaming Reborn not looking to tap out because they think that there's a way back, but as I say that, they throw in the towel. It's all over, Waga. Newbee take game 1 right back.
And that's already longer than the entire series that Vici Gaming had against Secret.
Wow. You're right.
I mean, that has to feel bad for Vici Gaming though. They were so close. They did a lot. And I have to say, if I was Ogre in that game, I would flip my shit. This Alchemist not giving me an Aghanims, dude. You need to have those 2 spells. I actually think it would have been a lot stronger.